This is J.Cole review take 1. What's up, everybody? It's me, Brittany. Please, haven't seen you guys in forever. It's been a long time. I've changed a lot. You've changed a lot. You look good. You did something to your hair. Today I will be reviewing the new J.Cole album. So as you guys know, J.Cole just came out with a new album on December 8th called For Your Eyez Only. We haven't heard from Jermaine in a while. It's been about 2 years since Forest Hills, and you know, we've been ready and hungry for some new music. It's not the Kendrick Lamar collaboration that I was hoping for, but it was still worth the wait. For Your Eyez Only is the 4th studio album by Cole, and to me it's the most personal yet. If you are one of those people who like to compare and contrast people's prior albums to their new albums, then this review is not for you. This album is completely different from 2014 Forest Hills. Some might say in a bad way. I'm gonna say in a very good and raw way. So 2014 Forest Hill Drive was my favorite album from 2014 going into 2015. It was a story. He was basically telling the story of growing up in the Ville, and it was really great. Cole later said that it was the Fayetteville version of Illmatic. Big words, but I can see where he was coming from. Both tell amazing stories, and yeah, Forest Hill was it. Now, a lot of people say, since Forest Hills was so good, can he come back with something better? Me personally, I'm gonna say he did. I'm not going to compare it to Forest Hills. These are two different times in J. Cole's life. From listening to this album, it's very refreshing to know that we know nothing about this person. He is not in the public eye. We know him from his raps, and that's about it. And at the end of the day, he is a man in 2016 going through struggles, love, and even becoming a father. So For Your Eyez Only consists of 10 tracks, all very different. And I'm going to go through some of them, and I'm going to tell you which ones I really enjoy, which ones are my favorite, and just give you a synopsis of the J. Cole we're going into now and why me as a female enjoyed this album more than any other album. So one of my favorite songs on the album is track 2. It is called Immortal. A lot of people will call it the single of the whole album. One thing I do enjoy about this album is that I feel like he had full control. Like, he didn't put out a single that we know will top the charts. That we all remember when J. Cole came out, his first singles, Can't Get Enough and Work Out, how they were kind of like, you know, this is J. Cole and this is what we're going to play on the radio, this is what's going to be on the countdowns and stuff like that. And this album has nothing of that. This guy literally grew up and took full control and was like, this is what I want to put out. And I feel like if I had to pick a song to become a single, I would say Immortals. It's very catchy, the beat is great, the beat kicks like crazy. I feel like that's a song that people are going to pull towards just because it's the more easy listening of the songs. And we have to be honest, people don't like hearing about people, you know, like sacrificing their lives for their families or being gunned down, even though it is happening. People don't want to hear that. As a single, the easy song that he can get notoriety from on the album. Now, one thing that this album has that a lot of the albums don't is, to me, they have a lot of love songs on this album, and that's what I'm saying. It's kind of nice to hear this man basically falling in love. It's kind of like a little bit of Shakespearean sonnets, if you want to open your eyes that it can be that. I personally feel like it can. On track 3, Deja Vu is another one of my favorite songs, and basically sounds like he's freestyling about a girl that he likes but finds out that it's his man's girl. It's on the beat of Bryson Tiller's Exchange, which obviously is just amazing. And it's kind of like another side, because we are always hearing rappers sing when they're talking about love. No shade, but we usually hear rappers singing when they're talking about love, or it's more basically an R&B song, or some dude is not singing whatsoever. He's literally rapping how he feels, and it's kind of, you know, it's kind of nice to hear this guy talking about love like this. It's kind of interesting. So Deja Vu is definitely one of my other favorite songs because of that. I feel like once you get to track 5, it's obviously the half point of the album. You're gonna see kind of a change in it. When I say that he's talking about love, you're gonna hear it even more at this range of the album. He wants to be a one-woman man, and that's where we hear She's Mine Part 1. So on She's Mine Part 1, we hear a very softer side of J. Cole, and we hear him talking about this girl and how he wants to be there for her, he wants to protect her, he wants to be the only one for her. And it's kind of sweet because it's like, okay, I know with all the crazy BS that's happening in this world, I have a reputation to protect. I still love you and I want to be with you, and it's very sweet, and it's one of the best songs on the album. So there are also songs obviously that are talking about awareness. We know that J. Cole is very pro-black, and even though he knows that his mom is white, he knows that his race of people are going through certain things, and it's very well known on this album how he feels and how he feels about the direction that this world in America is going. And on two songs, Build Mentality and Change, you hear him really talk about how he feels about the certain situations that are going on. In Change, you hear him talk about one of his friends that were gunned down by police officers and how he feels about that, the frustration that he's going through, the frustration that everyone is going through. So although you have an album about love, you have an album about the come up, you still have an album about awareness. Even on Neighbors as well, when one of the first lines that you hear is, I think the neighbors think I'm selling dope. It's kind of raw, it's kind of like, this is what's going on, this is how I feel. It's kind of amazing how he made it sound like a story. He has a way of telling a story in all of his albums, and that's what I completely appreciate, and not a lot of rappers have that. Now with Folding Clothes, like I said, I am a girl. It's kind of like today's hip-hop sonnet when you hear this guy literally talking about how I just want to fold clothes with you, I want to Netflix and chill with you, you changed me, you changed my life, you got me drinking almond milk. Who thought I would be drinking almond milk and eating Raisin Bran with bananas in it? It's a funny song, but it's also very real. To close out the album, it's like you're kind of wondering what's next, because with She's Mine Too is you're hearing the birth of his daughter, and it's just like, wow, this is what's happening and I am not worthy of this kind of thing, which is beautiful to hear. And then with For Your Eyez Only, a videotape of himself to his daughter and saying, if you're hearing this, then I'm not with you anymore, and this is what's going down, this is what was going down for me, and this is what I want for you. And it's something that a lot of kids have to go through today, which is very sad and it's very emotional. But for, like I said before, for someone like J. Cole to bring this to light and to bring us in so much after being so recluse is very interesting. It is a beautiful album. For Your Eyez Only has to be an amazing way to end out 2016, and I feel like it's something that music was missing, because not only does it tell a love story, it tells a story of growing up as a man, seeing your first child being born, seeing your best friend being killed. It just tells an amazing story, and I just hope everyone enjoys it as much as me.